Hi golfers, this is Dalton McCrary. A lot of y'all remember me. I had the first golf instructor to have infomercials on television back between 97 and 2002. Back then I told you that was the last golf instruction you'll ever need, and it still is. I watch YouTube all the time now, and nothing has changed. It has just gotten more complicated and more complicated. They've taken something very simple to do and absolutely confused the devil out of you. I know it confuses me, and I teach the game. We're going to do this again, everything that we did the first time, except it's going to be a little different this time. I'm going to do a program with you. I'm going to give you 5 lessons with me, one-on-one, for the next 5 weeks. I'm going to show you how to hit a golf ball as straight as you can point and be able to repeat it. I am a weekend golfer just exactly like you are. I was frustrated just exactly like you are. I did the same thing that you do. I went to doctor's offices and dentist offices and had my own subscriptions to magazines, and I'd read these articles and I didn't believe what they said. I'd sit there and look from issue to issue, and they'd contradict themselves from issue to issue if they didn't do it the same issue. It just confused me. So I started reading and going through the process that you've probably tried yourself. First book that I picked up to look at was Ben Hogan's 5 Lessons, The Modern Fundamentals of Golf, and I still believe today this is the Bible of golf instruction. This is the fundamentals of golf. The 5 things that you must do regardless. I don't think there's a golf instructor out there anywhere that's ever put together anything on golf instruction that did not start off with the fundamentals of grip, stance, posture, and they got it from Ben Hogan's book. The second book that I read was just how to word stuff, and I picked up Harvey Pinnick's Little Red Book. This is about as simple a golf book as you're ever going to read. When you get down to the section on the grip, all he says, if you have a bad grip, you don't want a good swing. Then I tried to just make it as simple as I could make it. So I started looking at every golf book that was ever written. I think I have a copy of them, and I read them all. And I just tried to make it simple. I saw a poster one time with Isaac Newton, and he said, if you can't explain it very simple, then you don't know as much about it. That made sense to me. The most simple golf book I've ever seen as far as instruction is this one. This is the book that Byron Nelson wrote right after he won 11 straight golf tournaments. And this is a simple book. It's got 84 pages, 84 pictures, and a paragraph on each one of them. Now that's pretty quick and simple. There is nothing fancy or elaborate about this book. It's one paragraph for everything. I learned right then that you don't have to make this complicated, because that made sense to me. Because I've gone through the gamut of golf swings just like you have. And what I'm trying to do is make this as simple as possible. Golfers, we're going to start this off with just you and I agreeing on a philosophy. And better yet, you just can't disagree with what I'm saying. As long as you can't disagree with it, we're going to be on the same page. And that'll help your subconscious mind accept making change. Because there's only 2 ways you can change your golf swing. You can either come out to a driving range and get you a great big bucket of, say, $15, $20 golf balls, and you can just start beating them. And after a while, if you're doing something different, eventually you'll start feeling something different if you hit enough golf balls and you're doing it. If you want to eliminate that process, all you have to do is tell your body to do something different, and it'll do it instantly. If somebody walked up to you and started to shake your hand left-handed, you'd reach out with your left hand to shake his. It's that quick. You can change what you've done for years. Just tell your body to do something different. Now here's the biggest myth in sports, and we're going to start changing your mind and the way you look at golf this way. Let's say you're sitting right behind home plate at the Boston Red Sox, and I come up to bat, and I walk up to the plate, and I stand here and get ready to swing. Tell me what side of the plate you think I'm standing on. And don't tell me the left side. This is right field line. And don't tell me that this right field line all the way up to where I'm standing and then becomes left side. Left-handed batting. I'm on the right side of the plate. How do you get left-handed batting out of me standing on the right side of the plate? If you wanted to play strong golf, you're right-handed. 80% of people are right-handed, or 90%. And if you wanted to slap me with the back of your hand, you'd slap me like this. Boom. Boom. That's where your power is. So if you're going to swing a golf club with that power, you do that. Now y'all are over here. What-handed game do you play? This is a pull. You pull a chain, you do not push it. It's a left-handed game. Boom, and you're trying to do it right-handed. And you muscle this and leave the face open, and 80% of you peel it. This is a left-handed game, folks. You pull a chain, you don't push it.
Let's start off by agreeing on a philosophy. You tell your body to do something different, and it will do it instantly. Golf is a left-handed game. You pull a chain, you do not push it.
All right, golfers, what we need to do now is just check and find out if your clubs are even close to fitting you. So go get your 5-iron, and let's just look at a couple of things here, and let me give you an idea of what you need to look at when you're being fit for clubs. Go get your 5-iron. I know it's not in the living room. Y'all didn't bring your set in here. So go get your 5-iron. If it's in the garage, I'll wait a second. Get up off the couch, go get your 5-iron. You got your 5-iron yet? All right, let's look at it this way. Stand tall and stay tall. Your baseball batted, you stood up here, you didn't bend way over. What happens when your golf clubs, when you go to a store and you look and find a golf club, you'll adjust because you want it to sit flat. That doesn't necessarily mean it fits you. So if you're looking to, just put your hands down beside you and put your golf club in it and see where your hand fits in there, if it fits right. I like it right up at the butt of my club. But see how it fits, and then standing as tall as you can. Just look down and look at your club and tell me if you're sitting on the toe like that. Or if you got one of the clubs that you do that and it's sitting up in the air like that. It needs to sit flat. So just check that, give you an idea, and then let me show you the difference in what will happen if it's toe up or toe down. If it sits flat, both of your shots, the clubs are going to point right at the target. If it's too toe down, your longer irons have a tendency to go kind of straight, but your shorter irons are going to be way off to the right. If it's too upright, just exactly the opposite happens. Your shorter clubs are over here, your longer clubs are just a tad off. But that means you'll change your swing. If you're hooking your short irons, you'll compensate for it, and then when you get to a long iron, it won't work. Your clubs need to be the same. All we're trying to do here is let you understand there is a big difference in whether those golf clubs fit you or not. You can't go and bowl 300 with a house ball. All the athletes have their own personal helmets. You even have your shoes fit you. There's no difference in golf clubs. The difference in whether you can perform well or not is how well your golf clubs fit you. I promise you that's a big difference. We need to make sure that your clubs fit you. Just go have them checked. If there's any doubt, you can look at the divots.
To summarize now, do your clubs really fit you? Here's how to check. Stand tall and stay tall. Place your golf club by your side and check to see where your left hand fits naturally upon the grip. Your little finger should sit 1/2 to 1 inch from the end of the club's grip. Does your club head naturally sit toe up or toe down? You do not bend the Indian, bend the arrow.